Hi guys, what's up? Tori here. So me and also Braylee, we are here to do Braylee's 4-month update video. Braylee is now 4 months old. She actually turned 4 months old last week Monday on March 22nd. Today is March 29th. And I got time to do this video because I actually unexpectedly have this week off from work, which I'm not complaining about because I get some extra time with my little tutti frutti. So we're doing this video really quick, so I'm just gonna jump right on into it to update you guys on everything that is Braylee. So like I said, Braylee is now 4 months old. We had her 4-month well child last week Tuesday. If you hear noises going off, it's her little exerciser thing here. So we had her 4-month well child last week Tuesday, and she at that appointment is now at 14 pounds 2 ounces, and she was 23 inches long. So she is in the 51st percentile for her weight, so she's average for her weight now. And then she was in the 14th percentile for her height, which finally put her on the charts for her height. She was not on the charts for her height at all until now, this last appointment. She's still obviously on the shorter side, but but she is now actually on the charts and growing well, obviously. So that is great. And as far as everything at her appointment, she is in really good health. The only thing pointed out is the left side of her head. So this side of her head here, let me do it this way, is there is a flat spot. So she has a little bit of flat head syndrome going on. And so her pediatrician just told me to work with her to do things where she's not laying like on her back and like on her head as much. So I actually just pulled out the exerciser in the last couple days to try her in that, and she actually really loves being in the exerciser. As you can tell, like she's having fun playing and being up. Like she likes to be upright in general, which I think has to do with her acid reflux. Like she just prefers being more upright versus laying back, or even on her tummy. She really does not enjoy tummy time that much. I try to do as much tummy time as I can with her, but she does not love it. When she does tummy time, either A, it'll last a few minutes and then she just gives up and starts screaming, or B, she'll just roll herself over and be like all happy and excited that she rolled herself over, and then you roll her back onto her tummy, and then that's when she gets really mad and just starts screaming. But I do try to do tummy time with her as much as I can. I really do. And then when she's not doing tummy time, I've now started using the exerciser. She also has a bumbo seat that I put her in that you guys saw in the last video. She really likes the bumbo seat. She does still kind of like her bouncy seat, but I don't know, I mean, it's probably not going to be a whole lot longer when she's going to start outgrowing that, but she does like to be in a bouncy seat, and she does like to lay like on her play mat too. But I've been trying to do a lot more as much more like upright stuff and things where she's not like on her back and laying on her head and stuff to try to help with the flat head syndrome. And her pediatrician also recommended that at night we try to have her in different positions to keep her from laying on that spot. This is where I'm having the struggle, is when I lay her down to sleep. If she sleeps, I'll have her sometimes sleep in her swing still. And when I do that, then I can kind of lay her kind of on her side a little bit, where she's not laying on that left side, but laying more on her right side. And then like I obviously can keep an eye on her. But at night when she's laying in her crib is the issue. I was told to try like laying her on the other end of her crib from where she normally lays. Tried that. She still lays with her head on that left side. I've tried kind of propping her to keep her from being able to lay on that side, and then she just wiggles down and away from it, so that way she's still laying in the position she always likes to lay in. So I'm honestly kind of at a loss at what to do about that at this point. Like I've looked into I know they make like pillows and stuff, but I looked into them and I've done research, and they're technically not really considered safe sleep recommended. Like they're more recommended to use like during the day when you can watch them, and not for when you lay them to sleep. So I don't really want to spend the money on something like that that's not even technically recommended to use, and I want to obviously be safe with her. So I'm kind of at a loss about what to do with that at this point. I am still trying, and obviously we'll keep trying. her pediatrician said if the flat spot were to get any worse or not really show any improvement, then there's a chance she may need to wear a helmet to help correct it. At this point, I mean, it's not really a horrible flat spot. It's not extremely noticeable unless you really like look at it, but it is just something her pediatrician told us to be kind of mindful of and just work with her on. So that's what we're doing. But that was really the only thing brought up. Her dose of her acid reflux medication was increased, obviously, because she grew, because that dose is based on weight. So we did up that. And I asked her, as you can, she's smiling at me. She is a super smiley little baby and very happy. She will giggle. Yeah, you giggle, and as you just heard right there, you giggling? Yeah, giggling? She will giggle, and she is much more babbly and talkative. She babbles and coos, and it's so cute and so much fun for the both of us, huh? Yeah, for everybody that interacts with her. Yeah. And she is honestly still a very, very content baby. She is getting into more of the having like 2 naps a day kind of thing. Like she'll do a morning nap that usually the morning, well, while I've been home with her, I've noticed her morning nap will usually be a little bit on the shorter side, and then she usually will take a super, super big afternoon nap, at least while I'm home with her. But what she does with my aunt and sister when they have her when I'm at work is very different. My sister says she quite often will do, my sister says she does a big afternoon nap for her and kind of a smaller morning nap, whereas my aunt says she usually does a pretty big morning nap and then not as big of afternoon nap for her. So I mean, and I think that's just because, I mean, circumstances and routines are a little bit different, you know, at each of their houses. But she does well overall. I have noticed that she definitely needs to get her good naps in. If she doesn't, then she is so overtired at night that she just screams and is very hard to like console and get down for bed at night. But other than that, so I have noticed that, and she still is really honestly fairly easy to get to bed at night. We have our 3 Bs system, which is bath, boob, bed, as silly as that sounds. But obviously I don't give her a bath every single night. If it's not an actual bath night, then I just do her lotion and her pajamas and change her diaper, and then I do boob, obviously, is feeding her for the night. I feed her one more time, and then after she's fed and burped, I just wrap her up in her swaddle, and I will rock her and get her settled down and then go lay her down in her crib. And she usually, I mean, and if she does lay awake, it's maybe for a couple of minutes, and she goes to sleep really pretty good. Sometimes she does fuss for a little bit too after laying her down, but it usually will only last maybe a minute or two when she's asleep. Like, it does not last long, and it's just kind of fussing a little bit. And she really is still usually for the most part sleeps through the night. Every once in a while she'll wake up a little bit at night, but she for the most part does sleep through the night and does really good at night. I asked her pediatrician about this, her pooping schedule. She goes poop, like an actual full poop, like between 1 and 2 weeks. It's like lately it's been on like the 1.5 to 2 week mark. And when she is going to poop, like when it's like coming, like she acts very uncomfortable for like a day or two before she finally goes. And I asked her pediatrician about it, and her pediatrician was like, well, is it like soft or is it hard? And I'm like, it's very soft. Like, it's just kind of a soft, mushy, gooey poop. Like, it's not hard at all. And I said, like, her belly doesn't get hard or anything, but she does just act uncomfortable. And her pediatrician said, well, because her poop isn't hard itself. And she asked me, like, you know, if it's like a weird color. And I'm like, no, it's a pretty normal baby poop color. And she asked me all these questions, and she's like, at this point, I'm not overly concerned about it. It's not completely uncommon for babies to go a long period in between poops. So she said it's not anything to be worried about at this point. So we're not being too concerned about it. And then I also actually asked her about if she potentially has seasonal allergies, because as soon as the weather started changing around here and getting a little nicer, I've noticed that I've had to suck boogers out of her nose a little more. Like, she's not congested or anything, but every once in a while she just has some boogers that are really blocking her nose, and I gotta suck them out so that way she can breathe better and nurse better and all that. And her pediatrician said this is her first time experiencing spring and her body's first time experiencing spring and all the pollens and allergens and stuff in the air. So she said it's most likely just her body needs to get used to it and not allergies. She said obviously it's not, I mean, there is obviously a potential that she could have allergies, but at this stage it's too early to be like, yeah, she has allergies, let's start her on something. So she just told me to keep watching it, and if like it seems like it gets really bad or makes her really uncomfortable, or she is having like a hard time with nursing or sleeping or anything, like if she has a super hard time and it seems like it's getting worse, like then obviously call her and contact her. But she said at this point not anything to worry about, so that was good too. But yeah, so Brie, like her pediatrician was very happy. She is growing so good, getting so big. She is very healthy. She's still, as you can see, she's sucking on her little toy on her extra saucer there. She still sucks on everything except a pacifier. She utterly refuses a pacifier, but she will suck on toys. She will suck on her hands. She will suck on, like, if the spit rag's in front of her, she has a blankie in front of her, she'll suck on that. Like, she sucks on everything except a pacifier. I've had a couple moments where I've questioned if she's teething, but I don't think she, like, her gums don't feel any different. Like, I've checked her gums a few times, so I don't think so. I think she just probably had a couple of fussy days. She did get shots again at this last visit, and the last time she had shots, she did really well with them. She just had a really day where she was really tired the next day. This time she had a little bit of a harder time after her shot. She had like a low-grade fever all day the next day, and then just was like very out of it, and like anytime you bumped her legs, like she would just scream, and like you could just tell she wasn't feeling that great. But it only lasted that day, and by the next morning she woke up her total normal bubbly happy self. Yeah, and she's been doing fine since, so it's all good. And I am also now 100% vaccinated for COVID. I got my second shot this past Friday, so we are all good there, and I'm fully vaccinated now, so that is awesome. I did not have any other than a sore arm. I have not had any other side effects, so that's great. I got the Pfizer vaccine, so I'm fully vaccinated, and there's been research coming out that is showing that the antibodies in the vaccine are going to babies and breastfed mothers, so that means I am also protecting, Braylee is also getting protected as well, which is great. So that there's that. Her pediatrician did say we could start her on like cereal and baby food at around 5.5 to 6 months old. But her pediatrician is going to be having surgery, so her next appointment is actually slightly delayed. Like it's going to be a little like her next appointment is supposed to be when she's 6 months old. She's going to be a little over 6 months when she has her next appointment. So I might call the office at like when she hits like between 5.5 and 6 months, and just like ask like, should I wait until I see her pediatrician again next time to start her on cereal and baby food, or like should I start her on it now? And if I should start her on it now, like how should I go about it and that kind of thing. Otherwise ask if they think I should just wait until we do actually see her pediatrician again. But she still does just fine on breast milk and breastfeeds just fine. It's obviously growing fine, huh? So yeah, that's really all the updates I got on her. She's just doing great. She's growing so good, getting so big. She loves to play and be interacted with and talked to. She smiles and coos. Like I said, she can roll over from her tummy to her back. She will roll on her side if she's on her back, but she has not done a full rollover from her back to her tummy at all yet. And she loves to sit up, and she really does. I mean, she can't sit up on her own yet. Obviously, she's not strong enough for that, but she does enjoy sitting up, and she holds her head up really good and does really good with that. I mean, it's obviously a little wobbly yet. It's not perfect, but she does good. She's overall on the right track in her development and growth. As far as me, I am doing great. No issues. And everything's going well with me. I still am like about pretty much the same weight-wise. I have about 9-ish pounds to still of that pesky pregnancy pounds to lose yet, but I'm overall doing very well. No really major updates with me. But yeah, and she's had some first holidays. She's had her first Valentine's, her first St. Patrick's Day, and her first Easter is this coming Sunday, I'm so excited for her first Easter. I have a cute little dress for her and everything. It's so great. I'm so excited. But yeah, so that's all the updates I have for you guys. I am going to end the video here, and I'll quick take my camera and just put it a little closer so you can see her a little closer for a minute. Can you say hi to everybody? Say hi to everybody on the camera. Say hi. Can you say hi? Where's your smile? You're not gonna smile on the camera? No, of course not, because that'd be silly. Yeah. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next time for probably Braylee's 5-month update, if not before then for any other reason. If you have any other videos you want to see from me, please let me know in the comment section, and I will definitely try to make them when I get a chance. Or if you have any questions or advice or tips or comments or anything, you can leave them in the comment section. And you can always follow me on Instagram. I'll leave that link down in the description below too. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.